besides I'm going to do the whole intro thing?
Going live. We're live.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 93rd round of the finale of the Intergalactic.
It's actually the first round.
No, Mike. Why do we have extra voices coming through the parsec? Why, Mike?
Because Martin screwed it up.
Martin!
I don't hear it.
Oh, you know what? I'm dumb.
You hit the YouTube,
wrong.
didn't you?
Yeah, and I forgot to mute it, and it doesn't ever go live. I have to refresh, so I screwed all that up. Anyway, I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is the newly crowned double bantamweight champion of the world, Michael Meggs. Michael? Michael? I think Mike's dead.
I'm not dead. Parsecs just keeps eating my mouse and not letting me transmit.
Oh! Mike's dead. R.I.P. Mike. I'll be doing this alone. We have 37 hours left in qualifying. Be sure to, get yourself in order.
There we go! I have triumphed over the Parsec.
It is Mio and Michael.
I was trying to get the game up so you could see the nice picture that we're broadcasting to YouTube. Yep. And every time I did, it was like, yeah, but your mouse is now stuck in Parsec. I'm like,
oh my God! It's Scott Nick of RaceDay.watch.
Indeed. I'll let Steve Davidson, by the way, winning the livery contest today. He's got my favorite, not my favorite Audi livery, but one of my favorite Audi liveries.
Gulf Oil?
So I'm not Gulf Oil, sir. That's a Porsche. So this is the opening round of the RWB, Tugas, ESR, possibly other communities. I know those three are here. Super mid-engine dual world tour. So this is basically GT3 cars that qualify as mid-engine cars, meaning we have the Ferrari 488 and the excuse me, and the Audi R8. Now we have the DTM and the Evo variants both in play here. A lot of Audis in the field. I would say probably more Audis than Ferraris. Hang on, let me give you the numbers.
What do you give me the letters?
So we got 26 cars out there. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nah, it's a 13-13 split. Never mind. I thought there were more Audis. There are more Audis signed up, that is for sure. But it appears like the guys who signed up in the Ferraris are all here. And the Audis are not necessarily.
Oh my God, it's Tobias Thierhoff. And he's out in front somehow. Mysterious.
Yeah, although he's only 0.04 of a second ahead of Mr. Alexandre.
Well, he's probably cheating.
And Martin Evans is within a second of him, along with James Butler, 4th place. Wow, go James. Bertrand Barrier, Magic Kashuk, Andrew D, Max Haas, Ariel Zatoni, and Javier Vega, running off the top 10. By the way, you missed when I first joined up. Javier Vega's car was doing the full submarine thing. And we were getting a look at the underside of the Interlagos track.
Very nice.
Hey, Daniel Mershon is here today. Cool. We have not seen him in a while. Good to see him. Good to see you. There's only one new person, as far as I know. Do we know who Mr. G. Ecott is? Or is that
I believe that's Jeremy Reeder.
I don't think it is.
I believe it might actually be Mario Andretti.
Might be. Could be. I would imagine Mario Andretti would race under his own name. Race Room would probably pay him to do that. They do
Probably.
that. They have a number of celebrity drivers that actually use the game, and they tend to make a very, very big deal about them. Maxi Gutz, I think, is one of the more famous ones. He's a sports car and DTM driver who they've had for a long time as one of the Race Room guys. Ariel Zatoni sporting the green, and that is the. I want to say, damn, I know who drives that car, and I want to make that connection, but it's Mike Rockefeller. Mike Rockefeller's car. There you go.
Not Sigma Alonso.
Yeah, we are getting a lot of walls. Martin says that in chat, and I don't know what's up with that. The camera view just like kind of is doing the pan out to like some walls a lot of the time. So, hopefully when we get to the race and I do a little bit more manual control, we'll fix that. But right now, I kind of just want to let Auto Director do its thing, show us all the cars, all the pretty cars, because we got some lovely liveries out here. We got the car guy livery. Come on, who's got the car guy livery?
They're all black. No one likes
see
these
it.
cars. No Gulf oil, no deal.
No Gulf oil. Martin is really trying to convince me to change camera.
All helicopter cam, all the time.
Alfonso's got the AlphaTauri Ferrari. I do like that livery. It's very nice.
What, the wall?
No, not the wall. Fine. I'll change the camera. All you people ganging up on me, trying to make me change camera.
Unlock the stitching on the webbing.
Alfonso Alexandre and his AlphaTauri Ferrari. Good to see Alfonso out there. Or Alfonso? Alfonso. He has no L there. It really throws me off. Because it's AF instead of ALF.
Alfonso Alonso?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello.
Little spin there.
Yeehaw.
So this is the opening round of this series. So everybody's on 0 points. Everybody's even. And we'll see who's not even by the end of this.
Some people are more even than others.
I mean, you're not incorrect, for being honest.
So it's my understanding that these cars don't have very good engines. Is that why they're just mid?
No, it is the physical location of the engine that is referring to.
So it's literally in the back seat of the car?
No.
Well, that's where the middle of the car is.
You're not wrong. It's fairly nice.
Well, I think the real question the people have at home is there such thing as an outer Lagos? Do you just drive around the parking lot outside the stadium? Is that where outer Lagos is? Well, perhaps there's an Outre Lagos.
Once again, my mouse got eaten by Parsec.
Why you do this?
Because
I think you need 2 mice. That seems to be the only logical conclusion.
that'd be great, honestly, but not quite. I actually don't think it would solve the problem. I do have a second mouse here, but I don't think it would solve the problem. I got that mouse that didn't really work that I bought that had all the buttons on it. And I was very unimpressed. But hey, that's what you get when you like venture outside the major manufacturers.
Correct. Didn't you say that the software it came with was already out of date and didn't work?
Yep. That's the problem. All the extra buttons that I wanted to use on it, I can't map them to anything.
That is kind of funny.
I was gonna map them to my number keys because that's what controls my mech weapon groups, and that would allow me to fire more things off of my mouse. which would be handy, but didn't work. It did.
Well.
It's like you got all these buttons, but they aren't mapped to anything, and the software doesn't work. So it's otherwise fine. It's got good weight to it. It's got good shape. They the literal physical characteristics of it are nice, but it doesn't do what I wanted it, what I specifically bought it to do.
Now it's time to tie one into a stick and use it as a morning star.
Martin is telling me to remove push to talk and go into voice direction. You have no idea what a bad idea that is.
That's horrible. Removing push to talk is like removing poutine from the menu. It's not a done thing.
Mm-hmm. Also, I do need my mouse because I'm moving around to the camera control board and so on. And reading the chat. Like, I do need the mouse. Like, it's not just a voice push to talk issue. Now, Byron doesn't need his mouse. He could just do whatever.
No, I would be too tempted to just do like Tuvan throat singing for the next 2.5 hours and make everybody's life a living hell.
That's not why you. Oh, there's the car guy car. It's Andrew D. He's got the car guy car.
Andrew.
I don't really particularly love the livery. I just like the idea that there's a racing team literally just called Car Guy Racing. We are guys and we race cars.
Is that true?
It is true. Daniel Merchant, welcome back, Mr. Merchant. He's the slowest of our French colleagues, but you know what? They're a fast group of drivers, so that doesn't say much when you say slowest of guys who are really, really, really fast.
They are the French. They do not go to speed of the mustard road.
Yes,
they go like
just
bubbles
put up. Hang on. What was that lap time there? Yep, it was a new best. New best for him, 33.37. Not enough to improve his time. Pardon me, his position, I should say. But enough to, make himself a little bit better as Mauricio Delgado is our newest member of the 132 Club. He goes 20th quickest. Mauricio! Javier Vega in 9th place. Coming to the line, he might have a new personal best here, new PB. And...
new peanut butter.
No. I was actually fairly off of his... Oh, no, it was his new best. I was right the first time.
At some point, I may become incommunicado. My mother would be dropping by to pick up her laundry. Her dryer went on the fritz. They had to order a part, so she's been coming over for the last 3 weeks to use the dryer.
I got you. I'm taking a break from my my laundry just while we get this done, and then the laundry gets queued back up.
I did my laundry yesterday because I'm a responsible adult.
Well, responsible has nothing to do with it. The landlords just give me 2 days a week to do laundry.
That is also a thing, yeah. You can come over and use my laundry.
That would be problematic.
What?
Several provinces away, sir.
Well, I mean, it'd be dry by the time you get home.
You're not wrong. Jeff Ecott making his way around here, 15th place at the moment. He's also sporting the AlphaTauri DTM Ferrari livery.
It's not Gulf oily enough. It does have a bull. That's pretty cool.
It does.
Why you would put a bull on a not Lamborghini, I don't know.
Well, the bull is associated with, of course, the great Red Bull soft drink company.
Never heard of them.
And frankly, if we're being honest, Racing Empire. Meantime, Martin is still trying to convince me to use voice activation and giving me software ideas in chat. I don't think you understand this, Martin. I need a mouse.
Yeah, the thing about voice activation is it doesn't work. Ever. I don't need to hear
By
people...
the way, we got a purple second sector here for Alfonso Alchandre. He may have a shot at pole here.
Alfonso
comes up short in the third
Alejandro.
sector. Still only 46 thousandths of a second off pole, though. Jeremy Reeder sporting the very, very gold car.
Indeed. The thing, I was going to say about voice activation, it never works. I don't need to hear you burp, fart, sneeze, clear your throat, bang stuff off the wall, do the dishes, hear your child scream in the background, or all of your pets sound off at once. I don't need any of that.
Somebody spun out there. And may have compromised Mr. Reeder's lap.
And this is not directed at Martin himself. This is directed at everybody who doesn't use push to talk.
Oh, there's a specific person that you're directing it at. I know who it is.
Well, I mean, other than the other people we've tried to do commentary with that don't use press to talk, pretty much specifically directed at them.
So Interlagos, of course, is also known as the Autódromo José Carlos Pache, who is a Brazilian F1 driver who unfortunately died at the circuit, I do believe.
Why y'all gotta name everything after dead people?
And thus it had to be named after him. Otherwise, it's in Interlagos, in the Interlagos neighborhood of Sao Paulo, Brazil.
We cannot name anything after you. You have not committed the blood sacrifice.
There's probably there's exceptions to that. There are turns named after people that are alive, and I think even tracks.
I don't believe you.
Ari Lewandijk's still alive. He has a turn named after him in Zandvoort. Michael Schumacher's still alive. He has a turn named after him at Nürburgring.
Is Michael Schumacher still alive?
He is.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that.
Interlagos is a neighborhood located in the district of Sacromo in the city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. The name comes from the fact that it is located between two large reservoirs. There you go.
Reservoirs? God dang. You mean if they drive hard enough, they could go skipping off the water?
Maybe.
That'd be pretty tough.
Yes. That's what it means. Between two lakes. There you go.
Yeah, well, maybe that's where Zach Galifianakis should hold his talk show.
Bertrand Barrier coming to the line here to try to better his lap time. It is unable to. Still fourth quickest. So it is Audi, Ferrari, Audi. That's your top five. So Ferrari, not doing as great here. They're outgunned 6-4 in the top 10. But there's enough of them up there. I mean, Alchandre's in second place. Obviously, he's leading the charge. You also have Martin Edmonds in sixth place, Andrew D in there, Magic Kaszczuk. You know who we're really missing, though? No sign of RWB Audi.
What about RWB Lada?
The Russian RWB administrator.
RWB Dacia Sandero.
RWB Mauve Skoda.
Oh my god. RWB Reliant Robin.
Oh, that would be terrible.
The best.
That would be terrible.
You have no sense of fun.
We're doing racing here, sir, and racing is fun with high performance cars. You don't need the Reliant Robin.
Boring. Too many wheels.
Jeff Ecott trying to better his time. He's got two personal best sectors up, but cannot. Oh, he does. Moves up into 15th place. So he nudges Benji Davis down a spot. Bertrand Barrier going third quickest. There you go. Hey, Josiah Jerome in the house, up in fourth place.
We all drive us a yellow submarine sandwich.
Yeah, I should have figured that Mauricio would be the car guy with the yellow submarine. feel like Mauricio's favorite F1 liveries are probably the late 90s, early 2000s Jordan liveries because they were very yellow and very, very cool. Maybe the Renaults before they rebranded as Alpine, maybe?
Sir, I believe that's pronounced Renault.
Renault, sir. Renault.
Gonna give him the O face.
I actually had a kid in my class in like 4th grade whose last name was Renault, and everyone said Renault.
Renault. It would be funny if his first name was Ronald.
It was not.
But if it was.
It was David.
Boring.
There's Josiah Jerome sporting a, I don't know, kind of a boring livery. The Kirchhoffer livery.
What if I told you that Josiah Jerome is actually from North Dakota?
Well, I'd say you're wrong because I know where he's from. Oh, jeez. Big snap oversteer there. ESR Academy champion. One of 3 Academy champions all time? 4? I think we had 4.
I believe Josiah Jerome won 5 of those 4.
Well, we had the twins, then we had Josiah, then we had RC, and then I think there was a 4th season that I wasn't really involved with. I don't remember who won it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But I think there was.
Josiah
yeah,
Jerome,
there definitely
currently
was.
from Aruba.
There definitely was, because RC was mentoring one of the drivers in the 4th season, if I recall correctly. Time running down. Who's out there trying to better their time still? We got Josiah Jerome still on track, along with Javier Vega, James Butler, Max Haas, this man, Fumihiro Kobayashi, Mauricio Delgado, and Daniel Merchant. They will have one more chance to put up a lap time.
I don't think Josiah Jerome's going to do very well in this race. He's chosen the wrong flag.
Is he, he's, what's that, Aruba?
Yeah. Yeah, I zoomed in on a map of Aruba, and one of the first things I noticed is a location called Noord. So this is not the Schleif he's looking for.
I see. Oh, Alfonso Chandre actually took the pole position off of Tobias Thierol by 36 thousandths of a second. I didn't even notice that. So congratulations to you, Mr. Alchandra. Tobias Thierolf is going to be starting from P2 with Bertrand Barrier, Josiah Jerome, Javier Vega, Martin Edmonds, James Butler, Rene Ermer, Andrew D, and Magic Kaszczuk, your top 10. Kobayashi coming up into 11th place there. He'll start with RWB Rigel on the 6th row. Max Haas and Ariel Zatoni on row 7. Jeff Eckhott and Benji Davis, row 8. Matt Al and Jeremy Reeder, row 9. RWB Marco and Steve Davidson, row 10. Mauricio Delgado and Daniel Marchand, row 11. Fred Ross and Scott Nick, row 12. And I did not catch the back two, but I can tell you that it is Danny Ball and Ken Scott.
Oh, Danny Ball, the brakes are screaming. From Glen to Glen and out the Interlagos.
Guys will have 2 minutes to get their warm-up in here, get their software situated, or not software, fuel load situated, figure out their tires, and we'll be off to the races. Let me consult the rules here while we await. So,
you know how I was joking that Josiah Jerome was actually from South Dakota? There is a neighborhood called Dakota on Aruba, and it's right next to a neighborhood called Barcelona.
Nice.
Wild.
So we do have a mandatory pit stop here. 2 tires must be changed at those particulars, and that appears to be really all I got to mention. Oh, there's a ballast going on here. The Ferraris are carrying 15 kilograms of ballast.
Dang. That's at least 2 childs.
Interesting to think, because I wonder what that's based. That's probably based on some official race room BOP.
Very on premises.
Balance of performance.
Boring. So it's not going to be a real true test. It'll just be a big old handicapable situation.
I mean, I guess you could say that.
You're telling me that the Audis just can't compete?
Oh, they can.
Oh, maybe I might have to refresh my decision on the chances of Josiah Jerome. I did find a neighborhood called Lago Heights, so he is currently out. Technically, he is outer Lago Heights.
There are actually more Ferraris registered. It is 20-17 in favor of the Ferraris. So interesting. It just seems like there's way more. You know what it is? I saw the DTM Ferrari, which is the AlphaTauri one, and I was thinking it was an Audi for some reason. That is why there are so many. Any big names missing? Big names?
Max Verstappen.
That would be a big name. That'd be a very big name, actually, if we're being honest.
That reminds me, I think Rocket Powered Mohawk put out a video today. I need to watch that.
Just looking down the list here to see if there's no Raul Valoria today. No Raul.
The interesting geography point of Aruba. They have dog cemetery over by Baby Beach.
It's a bit weird.
They've got Baby Beach parking, Baby Beach vacation home.
Red lights, and we are off for 1 hour of Interlagos. Tobias Theerolf, Alfonso Alexandre leading the way. Alexandre with the lead heading into turn 1. The Senna S's. Theerolf in second, Josiah Jerome in third. Couple of cars going off there. One of the red Ferraris was quite off track. Side-by-side action between Martin Edmonds and Javier Vega. Martin, why are you in the WeatherTech Ferrari? It's boring, sir. You normally bring us much better liveries.
They didn't have one for Alpha Getty. That's why.
Couple of cars going off in the background. Things are very congested in the mid-pack.
The hostility.
We hop on board with Max Haas as he tries to run down Ariel Zattoni.
And terrestrial Zattoni as well.
And behind him, you've got Jeff Ecott, and Kobayashi got off to a really bad start. He started P11. He's down to 14th or 15th as he battles it out with Benji Davis. And Kobayashi very off track there, so that's gotten worse for him. Looks like we've lost one car already. Not sure who it would be.
Or destroyed.
Not sure who it would be, actually. Did Kobayashi... It might have been Kobayashi. No, he's still there. Getting a little bit of chop here in the early going, but hopefully that will, at least on Parsec. I don't know about if it's coming through on the stream. But this is the heaviest load part of the race. Is Bertrand Barrier and Josiah Jerome battle it out for third place.
As far as jobs go, I've seen better. I mean, Kobashi versus Joe.
You have seen Kobashi versus Joe. You've seen some Ric Flair.
Seen me some Gunther. Or Walter. Or Adolf, or whatever they're making him go by.
Gunther is his name.
Not Adolf? It seems like
not
Adolf would be
not
the
Adolf,
logical
no,
Vince
not
McMahon.
Renee Ermer's got a pretty sick livery. I like the black and red. Oh! I think that was a lag spike that sent Bertrand off. That was very weird. At least on our end. I don't know. I don't know about on his end, but He ended up very off track there, and that's promoted Josiah to third place ahead of Vega, Edmonds, Butler, Ermer, all making their way through.
I believe his wife probably just hit him with a taser.
Could be. We've seen some wife aggro in these commentaries. Can't remember who it was. It was one of my Australian buddies who got hit by a shoe.
Very nice.
While he was racing. Max Haas looking to the inside of Ariel Zatoni. Nothing doing for now. Top 13 are starting to get away from the rest of the field, led by Benji Davis. That is a very stricken-looking Ferrari that is running there. I think that is Fumihiro Kobayashi rejoining from the pit lane, but I don't know if he fixed the damage.
Oh my god, it's Aquatic Zatoni.
Ariel Zatoni hanging on to 12th place.
What kind of sauce would you have on your Zatoni?
I'm
I'm assuming Zatoni is a pasta. If it's not, we'll make up the pasta.
probably is. I mean, I'm a big fan of Alfredo sauce.
Alfredo. Man, you Spaniards are weird.
I can't help but like what I like, sir.
That is an accurate statement.
On board with Andrew D in the car guy car, and we quickly move to Rene Armour.
Monsieur Hermier.
Mistake by Zatoni. That's going to open the door for ya boy, Max Haas.
Indeed.
Take 12th place.
My mother has arrived. Everybody say hi to my mom and Chad.
Hello, Byron's mom.
We're sorting out her pumpkin seedlings that I have started, and she's collecting her laundry and might do 72 push-ups.
Don't make your mom do push-ups.
It's all voluntary.
In hindsight, I should have met your mom when I was out there in BC.
It's true. It's one of those things. Like you guys were here for a couple days and gone. And I think my parents were busy with something at some point. I don't remember.
I didn't control my schedule. Martin was in control of the first part of it, and then the wedding was in control of the other part.
Correct. And then you had to run from the law.
No, there was surprisingly no running from the law.
Why not? Did you just saunter away from the law?
No. Just didn't get in trouble.
Why not? What's the point of going to a wedding?
Because I didn't want to get in trouble while I was in another province.
I suppose, if you must.
Still trying to figure out who we lost earlier in the race.
I don't know.
Because we dropped from 26 to 25 cars, and I do not know why.
It was not the Kobayashi Maru.
Nope.
It was not Madrigal.
Danny Ball's still out there.
Big old D-balls.
RWB Marca. Oh, Mauricio Delgado. Oh, never mind. He skipped a spot. Opened the door there for Danny Ball to try to make a move, but it didn't come out.
Oh, Danny Ball. Your mom is calling. You're in so much goddamn trouble.
It's a little rude.
And she is.
Oh, Mauricio off track.
Oh boy.
Danny Ball giving him a little shove. And the end is actually going to be Matt Al who is the big winner there. He's going to take them both, I think. And indeed he will.
Indeed do.
And Mauricio gets shuffled back behind Danny Ball as well.
Get him, Mauricio. Put him in the wall. Get
So
him.
Danny Ball with a net no gain. He overtakes Mauricio, but loses out to Matt Al. And Mauricio is the big loser in that group. Dropping
Having a hard time there.
A little bit.
He almost has the speed when he goes into the corner and then just gets cut off and has to brake.
Bertrand Barrier in 7th place after his earlier issues. He was up on the podium. Max Haas trying to make his way through. He got through Ariel Zatoni. And also, apparently, it looks like he's gotten past Andrew. Oh! Somebody off there. One of the Rockefeller cars. That is Barrier again. Bertrand. Just stay on the track, man.
His GPS isn't working. He keeps telling him to turn left, and he's on a straightaway.
Bertrand was in 3rd, has dropped all the way back to 12th place ahead of Benji Davis.
James Butler, you are a cheating son of a gun.
One of the car guys off in the background, I think that was Andrew D.
I believe you are correct.
Max Haas on the tail of RWB Rigel, who's, didn't qualify in the top 10 and has quietly made his way into 8th place because that's how RWB Rigel rolls.
Right over onto his hood.
He's not the fastest driver. He's not the shiniest driver. But my God, does he just not make a lot of mistakes? It's a very exact driver.
Indeed.
Netted him 2nd place in the DTM Championship that we finished up a couple weeks ago. Granted, a distant 2nd place behind Tobias Thierl, but you know what? We all have felt what it's like to go up against Tobias Thierl and be a distant something to him. Max Haas looking to make a move here on RWB Rigel into the Senna S's. Nothing doing this time. Let's see, what other interesting names of things do we have? We have the Senna S. We have... That's really about it, honestly. The rest of this is just Portuguese stuff that I'm not entirely sure what it means. Although there is one turn on this track that's just called DOS Boxes.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother has vacated the premises. She appreciated the shout-outs. Thank you very much. You are now grooving with the Light FM.
Rene Armour in 6th place. Good to see him up there and fighting for a top 5 against my Lord James Butler. That livery, James. That livery. The yellow, the green, the red. It's one after my own heart.
It's my favorite kind of pasta dish. You get the yellow pasta and some green vegetables, and then all the red sauce in the world.
It's a little light on the sauce, though, I would have to say.
Possibly, but then you make up with adding more yellow in the form of cheese.
Max Haas in 9th place, still trying to find a way past RWB Rigel. He's in the number 9 Apt Audi. And up ahead of them is Magic Kashchuk.
My cabbage ass. We need to get that boy into a custom livery with the character. Oh god, that guy's way
Oh
off.
lord, somebody is very off. That's James Butler.
That boy lost. I say rather you've taken the wrong turn around Piccadilly.
Indeed. If this was ACC, I'd give us an instant replay on that, but we don't have that ability in Racer. It's probably about the one thing ACC does better in terms of like the spectator tool than ya boy Racer. Mauricio Delgado going side by side with Danny Ball.
Nestled in
These
with
two
the
have been battling
balls.
for a long time.
Mauricio looking to lift and separate.
Mauricio got the move done. Nice late lunge. Late commit. Matt L trailing Scott Nick. I do believe that second red Ferrari in the group, that's Fumihiro Kobayashi, who's down a lap. Because it is, it's not, because Matt L's trailed by Mauricio, which is the car guy, yellow Ferrari in the background. But,
Jello.
By the way, something happened to Javier Vega. He's down 15 spots and finds himself in 20th place.
I believe what had happened was several cows jumped on the track.
Could be. Fred Ross making a move on Danny Ball. And Mauricio Delgado. Mauricio's tumbling. What happened to Mauricio?
Nothing. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the plan. He's going to make a late game resurgence.
Yeah, it looks like he may have just made a mistake. He's well back of them now. This is the part where I start taking manual control of the camera as Danny Ball makes a move. Or no, pardon me, that's lap traffic apparently. Who could that be? I don't know. Oh no, that's Fred Ross. There you go. That's who that is.
That would be the young up-and-coming Carousel Caracas Jr.
Be a heck of a name.
Indeed.
Danny Ball, Danny Ball. Checking on the leaders here. Alshondre leading by 9/10 of a second over Tobias Thierolf, with Martin Edmonds in third place. So I was talking about how the Audis looked like they were the stronger brand here today. 2 Ferraris up on the podium.
You know,
although that trend does largely hold for the rest of the field.
Sometimes Josiah is not my favorite person because now I can't get the Beach Boys out of my head.
He does that to you?
Well, every time he picks Aruba, and then of course Kokomo starts playing in my brain relentlessly.
He could bring out the Curacao flag at some point. That flag is dope.
But then we'd all want to get drunk.
I wonder if the Nauru flag is in Race Room or not. I don't know if it is.
I'm not familiar with this location.
It is basically a mining colony of Australia, essentially.
Crikey.
I only know about it because I was racing with somebody at one point, and I asked them, what flag is that? Because you sound Australian. And she said, As Nauru. And I'm like, oh. So I read up on the history of Nauru. It's a little island.
We should get the Kerguelen Island involved. They are, it's the largest landmass that's not connected to anything anywhere. It's like equidistant between South Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. It's way down in the Indian Ocean.
Couple of people going in for the early pit stop, which is interesting. Including the race leader, Alshondre. That could mean Alshondre went super light on fuel to get up in the lead. We'll see how that goes. But he's in. Martin Edmonds is also in. Martin Edmonds pitting early because he needs more poutine. Not good energy.
Oh, you need the poutine, and you go to the Costco and you go into the hot dog condiment thing and you add all the condiment to the poutine.
Andrew D in, Magic Cash Chuck in. Ariel's a ton. I'm noting a lot of Ferraris pitting early. I wonder if that has to do with the success ballast that they have on them.
I believe it's because the transmission ain't shit.
In fact, I think the only Audi that we've seen go in is a Tony. I think everybody else who's pitted is a Ferrari. Max Haas battling for 4th place with RWB Rigel. And a little further back, Fred Ross doing battle with Danny Ball.
Smack them balls around.
Oh, Fred, that's not how this is supposed to work.
Fred's in Rajao.
RWB Marco, who's kind of in a bit of a weird spot for him. He's surrounded by guys who have already pitted, and therefore he's not racing them. But he probably really wants to. It is Hub Auto Ferrari. What do you think about that Hub Auto livery, Byron? I rather like it, but a lot of people don't.
What, that one right there with the
that one right there? Yeah, number 27.
I mean, it's kind of cool. It's got a little bit of a winter camo thing going on. It's kind of not too bad.
I just find that it's one of those very polarizing liveries, it seems. Like, people either love it or hate it, and there's not really a middle ground.
Oh, well, I guess I'm the exception because I'm sort of in that middle ground. Like, it's fine.
Bit of a spin there for Bertrand Barrier. Bertrand, Bertrand, we gotta talk. Bertrand, come see me, and I will teach you the art of being slower but not spinning the car.
And I will teach you the art of Trackmania. It's really easy. You just make a few penis-shaped tracks, and people really enjoy them. Neo, the next time you race, I need you to be under the flag of the Pitcairn Islands.
Not in many games. That's the problem. ACC in particular is very limited on the flags.
Well, maybe it's time that
I think it's because I don't know this for a fact, but I think it's because they only include the flags of drivers in their series.
Oh,
because they model themselves after the real life Fanatec series, formerly Blancpain, now Fanatec series, I think. And I think in a nutshell, if you don't have a driver from your country in that series, your flag's not in the game, which is kind of annoying. Because there's some relatively big countries that are missing. I know Belarus, for example, is missing, and it's not a political thing because Russia is there.
Belarus, home of the cute Rus.
I know Jack was not very happy about the Åland Islands not having their flag in ACC. He's more than once mentioned that being a limitation of the game.
Is that where Alonso's from?
No, that's where Jack's from.
Well, maybe he should become a professional racist. I mean, racer.
Although I always point out to him, the Åland Islands are not actually their own country, so I don't know why he's surprised when the flag is not in the game.
Were they Dutch?
It's a semi-autonomous region between Sweden and Finland.
Oh, that. Last time I heard they'd given it to Sweden.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but it retains a level of autonomy to the
Right.
point where it's kind of like Quebec, if we're being completely honest.
That's not even midway true.
Part of the country, but not really.
Listen, Quebec is part of the country. The only reason they aren't is because they don't have an economy or a real language.
No, they have the second strongest economy in Canada.
That's not even close to being true. Asbestos is illegal. That's all they got. They got asbestos and trees.
Got a lot of hydro energy.
Possibly.
They have a balanced and actually Ontario and Quebec are by far the two largest economies in Canada.
Well, I mean, legal economies.
And then Alberta depends on, how horrific the gas is going. Danny Ball in the pit lane.
Meth. Danny Ball just bouncing around out there?
In the pit lane. Max Haas has been very tempted to go for a move here for a while on RWB Rigel. He may have finally got it here. Side by side, there you go. Fourth place on the road. I think that'll probably be about seventh place once all the pit stops shake out. Oh, he made a mistake. Rigel wants that spot back. Side by side action.
Window to window, window to the wall, to the pit.
Heading towards down to the Senna S. I think Rigel's got that back. He does. He's got that inside line. That's hard to beat.
Not with the right pit maneuver.
Javier Vega up on the tail of Scott Nick. These are battling for 12th place on track, although notably further down the order once the pit stops sort themselves out. Heading into the Senna S, Vega's got the inside line. Scott, you made a mistake. And you're going to lose that spot.
Scott doesn't make mistakes. He creates opportunities.
For other people. Jeremy Reeder in the pit lane.
Where's that? You know what? I believe the car that we're missing is Max Simmons.
Wasn't here to begin with. Actually, I don't think he's even signed up.
Probably not.
Wonder if he just doesn't have a car, because these are two of the newer cars in the GT3 Class 2 race room. So there may be some people who just don't have it.
The real answer is that it's Saturday. It's Saturday. Cartoons are on. He's busy.
He raced the last Saturday series,
and then he was deported to Dar es Salaam.
We're going to go down the order a little bit here because we got a good little battle going on between Jeff Ecott and also with Ken Scott. They're not really competing for big points here today, but we'll give them their moment to shine. But Max Haas has gotten back past RWB Rigel. Can Rigel get him back on the inside? Maybe. Inside line will go to Max Haas here. Ooh, Max is getting frisky.
Feisty.
He's like, we have been battling for a long time, and I would like to fight with somebody else. Thank you very much. I would like to move on to the next level of this game, please.
Level up.
I think we've lost Danny Ball.
No.
Nope. Danny Ball out.
The ball popped. Martin Edmonds, you are a horrible, dirty cheater.
Oh, Kobayashi's still out there. I'm surprised. He's been in the pits like 3 times. I was figuring he'd given up, but no, he's still trucking.
I applaud that. Tenacity.
I appreciate that tenacity. We always appreciate the tenacity of a guy who had the race go bad for him early on and is still out there being like, nope, gonna finish this.
Go get you.
I booked into my schedule that I would be racing for an hour. I am going to do this.
It's either do this or go run around the yard.
Actually, one time I was doing an enduro race. It was 8 hours. And when I do the enduro races, I tend to get partnered up with my buddies from Australia and New Zealand who are just very old. We're the B team. We're the team that's not expected to win the race. We'll just put it that way. And at one point, we were 15 laps down.
Yikes.
And me and Eric are both like, do we really want to continue this? And Noel, our third driver, is like, we are continuing. I have 8 hours free from the wife to do this. And we are doing this. And we battled back a little bit. We finished 17 laps down, but it was a fun time.
Excellent. You know what we should do? We should bully Benny to come on and do commentary with us.
Ah, the Benjamin Schwale.
Indeed.
Martin Edmonds looking to make an overtake of Scott Nick here. Scott's going to make that pretty easy because these two are not really battling each other. Scott is not pitted. Martin has. Although, conspiracy theory time, Byron. Martin pitted as soon as the pit window opened. What do you think he has to make a second pit stop before those tires turn any?
Oh, I'm not even. That's some even money. I'm not giving odds on that.
That's a lap on Ken Scott as well.
1 to 70 odds. RWB Marco, you are a brutally, horribly potent cheater.
Josiah Jerome and Max Haas in the pit lane. Somebody else going in there as well, I think. Looks like that might be... Nope, I think that was Max Haas we just saw going in. Okay. So nobody else. Martin Edmonds up into 7th place, but he's in 2nd place of the pit stoppers behind Alexandre. He was in 3rd before the pit stop started. And right now it looks like he'll probably return to that 3rd place. As Josiah Jerome does come out behind him. Bertrand Barrier is in along with Javier Vega. So yet to pit, we have Fearwolf, Ermer, Butler, Davis, Matt Al, Scott Nick, Roz, RWB Marco, and Ken Scott. Big mover at the moment, plus 15 places for Scott Nick, but again, has yet to pit, so that is artificial.
But fully functional.
We'll see if we'll see if Scott puts up a good fight here against Josiah Jerome or not, or if he just lets his fellow ESR community member and podium battler just kind of move on through.
You know, in my time on the internets, I've seen me a whole lot of Lieutenant Data from Star Trek is fully functional, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of memes. Variety of different ways to go about
Alfonso Alexandre overtaking Benji Davis. Benji made that quite easy. Again, not actual fighting cars. One is pitted, one is not.
I've even seen some memes that involve his cat as metaphor. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But finally, somebody came out and just put a picture of Data grabbed a picture and just put a, text on picture, fully on stating canonically, Lieutenant Data is good at the sex. and for some reason or other, the way they it pretty much said exactly that. The way they phrased it just made me laugh a lot. I don't know why. It's like just fully up. You know what? It sounds like something that Data would say about himself.
I mean, we did more or less hear it when he in the famous episode where we learned that. I'm fully versed in multiple pleasurable acts.
There was another good one with Tasha Yar losing her mind a little bit with Captain Kirk or Captain Picard, something about, I don't know, like status report, and she's like, this is wrong and Data is fucked. He's like, do you mean the Data? And then it cuts to just a picture of her laughing sort of like maniacally. Very nice.
Javier Vega on the tail of Steve Davidson there. Steve has my favorite Audi livery in the field there. The orange one there, the number 88 car.
I like BC Lines car.
It's very BC Lines. Very Sean Graham.
See, this is why Neo doesn't fool me at all. I know he cheers for the Lines every year. And it's just
I do really like your uniforms. No, I don't care for your team.
Wow. Says the guy whose team hasn't won a game in 80 years.
We've won games. We just haven't won the championship.
It's been 1912 since the last time the Tiger Cats won a single game.
I mean, realistically, it would be hard to be a Lions fan with the 3 hours difference. Like, that's what it comes down to.
100%.
I don't dislike. Oh, Vega going down the inside into the San Asses. That's a late move, but it'll work out. I think. Yep. See, that's the type of thing you can only do against a guy like Steve Davidson, who's like, really aware of the situation. Because there are many drivers I could name that would have just turned right in on Vega there, and it would have been a bad day. Would have been a bad day. Jays Butler in the pit lane.
Put him in the wall, Steve Dave.
So we're still waiting on Theorolf. We're waiting on Ermer, Nick, and Roz to make their pit stops. RWB Rigel up on the tail of Ben Davis. Man, Rigel had a really bad pit stop because he was battling with Max Haas for the pit stops. Max Haas up in 11th place right now. That moving up as people finally pit in. But he's back with like Benji Davis. It's surprising. But he will bully his way through there on Benji Davis as well as the lapped car of Ken Scott, I think that was. And there's Butler rejoining. So Rigel will pick up a spot there. But I do think the pit stops did not go according to plan for RWB. Maybe not. Haas is just a little bit ahead of him. I think we just had a couple of pit stoppers to get out of the way there that threw me off a little bit. Fred Ross in the pit lane. So in the absence of Max Simmons, Tobias Theorolf or Rennie Ermer will be the last one to pit. Thirolf has gotten his pit stop done, and Irmer was in the pits. So Irmer is the last man to pit. And Thirolf came out in the lead by 1.3 seconds. So, yeah. Alexandre's early pit stop, I'm not sure paid off that much. But there is the gap between the two leaders right now. The Audi leader and the Ferrari leader. First place for Thirolf.
He is quite possibly the best German racer that is currently in first place.
Like in all of Race Room or all of Sim Racing?
In all of this particular race.
Oh, well, then yes. That is unequivocal. Andrew Dees found himself up in 9th place or 5th place, so he did a really, really good job with the pit stop, actually. Fantastic work. Magic Kashuk, also a big winner. And Benji Davis, huge winner. He was down in like 13th place. He finds himself in 10th place after all the pit stops have shook out. So he did a phenomenal job. That livery, James Butler, that's a busy livery. A classic Abt Schaeffler livery. Putting the pressure on the aforementioned Benji Davis, Fred Ross, and RWB Marco also scrapping out. That's down in for 19th place. And I think Marco opened the door there a little bit too much into the Sen-S. Let Ross get the position he needed, and that's 19th place for the Brazilian. Steve Davidson back on the tail of Javier Vega, battle for 17th place. This has been going on for, a while. And James Butler and Benji Davis. Oh! Benji, nice recovery. But Butler got it. Rene Ermer putting the pressure on Andrew D for a top 5 position. Good to see Rene out there and competing hard. Good to see the car guy cars. Oh, wait, that's a lap car bed. I think that's, my guess would be Mauricio Delgado's lap car up ahead. We'll find out.
I think the real question people want to know an answer to is, how many is a Brazilian?
Well, it's a country of several million people, and it produces a ridiculous number of mixed martial arts.
Michael, it's a math joke.
Mm-hmm.
You're the worst.
My brain is occupied in racing, sir. It is out of math.
You know what? 2 + 2 = Ferrari.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Solve for X to equal Ferrari.
An exploding car in my driveway?
That would be pretty cool. As long as, you weren't also in the driveway.
Erber trying to get up the inside. Oh, somebody in the wall there. Not sure who that is. But anyways, Erber did make it stick. Good move. That's the move of the day so far.
What about the moonwalk that I pulled off this morning?
That was probably very cool as well, but I didn't see it.
It was sick.
It's a brick house.
Thick as a brick?
Mighty buddy.
House.
Just looking to see if anything else is shaping up for a good little fight. But for now, I think Ermer and D are getting the camera's attention. They are the closest together. Oh, here we go. Javier Vega coming up on Scott Nick. Battle for 16th place. Looks like Scott might have been caught up a little bit behind this traffic here. That is, I believe, Ken Scott that they are lapping.
Impossible.
Quite possible. He is in last place. Ken Scott and Ken, if you watch this, please don't take offense, because I appreciate your stick-to-itiveness and your fortitude and your gumption. In fact, you're one of my favorite drivers right now, because you're always out there trying really hard, and that's all that matters. But he has been overtaken by Kobayashi, who's been in the pits 3 times.
Break like the wind.
We here at ESR salute our back markers and guys who are out here filling up the grid and just having fun. Without them, we wouldn't have the grids that we are, and they honestly do truly tend to be some of the funnest, chillest guys on the planet.
Michael, what if I told you that all of these things are just Volkswagens?
Well, they're not.
They're all owned by Volkswagen. It's all the same thing.
Ferraris.
As of 3 minutes... No, I'm just kidding.
That'd work if it was Audi versus Lamborghini.
True.
Which is still weird. The idea that the Volkswagen Group owns like Lamborghini and Bentley and Bugatti.
Yeah, I looked at it, and don't they have like one Asian as well, or am I wrong about that?
I don't know which one it is, if that is the case.
I actually stumbled across it the other day.
Ooh, Scott Dick got a really bad run there. And the man who says thank you very much and profits off that is Steve Davidson.
You get him,
Jumps
Steve
Javier Vega. Steve Dave, you owe Mr. Scott Nick a Coke.
A Coca-Cola. It's an Irish beverage. Coca-Cola. The Volkswagen Group. Come on, where's the subsidiaries? Son of a... Oh, there we go. They own Audi.
Well, actually, with Audi owns part of Volkswagen. Volkswagen owns part of Audi. It's actually more of like a marriage type deal.
The current company was formed in the acquisitions of Audi Union from Daimler-Benz in '64. Audi being sole surviving mark from the Auto Union Combine. Yeah, they own 100% of Audi.
Mm-hmm.
Including Audi Sport, Audi Automobile, Lamborghini, Ducati, Bentley, Porsche, 75% ownership of Porsche, Jetta, Scout, Seat. I don't know what Seat is.
Seat is a Spanish company.
Bueno.
Basically Volkswagen Spain.
Cupra, Skoda, Traton, Man Truck. That's a hell of a name.
It's a hell of a name. I've never heard that one.
Man Truck and Bus. 100% transferred to Traton SE after merger. Man Truck and Bus. Navistar Internacional. Scania, Volkswagen Truck and Bus, Volkswagen Commercial Vehicle, Volkswagen, blah, blah, blah. Other subsidiaries and shareholdings, Bugatti, 45%, Moia, M-O-I-A, 100% ownership, Ital Design, Gallardo.
Love them. They do a lot of they do like high-end concept cars.
Nice. IAV, Deconium, Pay by Phone.
Oh wait, Josiah Jerome getting very close to Martin Edmonds for the last podium spot right now.
They also have Auto Union, Dampf, Kraftwagen, Horch. That's also good. Horch. That'll be the name of a new character I create. Who are you, Horch? NSU, Motorwerke AG, and Wanderer. I'm a wanderer, I want around.
Josiah Jerome is caught up very quickly, I might add, to Martin. So Martin's tires might be heading down the drain a little bit.
Yeah.
It is about that time.
I must know more about man, truck, and bus.
I was gonna say, yeah, you gotta check that. You gotta give us lowdown there.
Oh, the
Javier
logo's
Vega!
Get
It
him.
worked once
Get
on
him.
Steve Dave, but not this time. Steve Dave hangs on through the Audi S's. By the way, that is the race leader Tobias Thierolf trying to get through here, being like, guys, I know you're fighting, but I've only got a 2.5 second lead. I would like it if I could lap you now. You can see Alfonso Alexandre trying to chase him down there in the AlphaTauri.
The logo for man, truck, and bus is pretty dope. It's all chrome, like chrome metal, like you'd see on the back of any kind of like.
Oh, Thierolf is like,
Mobile.
I'm not asking.
Correct. And it's just got this arch, like over the top, and then underneath the arch it just says "man." It all caps.
RWB Marco in for a second pit stop. Not sure if he miscalculated his fuel or if that's a damage response.
It looks like they make transport trucks, possibly
Makes sense.
fire trucks. Yeah, fire brigade trucks, hazmat. So hazmat fender, yeah. Buses, of course.
RWB Rigel and Max Haas going to war again. Max
Yeah.
Haas is looking in his rearview mirror at RWB Rigel and is like, I told you to go away like 20 minutes ago. Why are you back for more? Fumihiro Kobayashi on the tail of RWB Marco after RWB Marco has made a pit stop. These two guys have had a rough day. And again, we appreciate them being out here battling it out for 22nd place. And that was a little bit late there by Mr. Kobayashi. RWB Marco turns in and brings him to a standstill. And they're still at it. 22nd place on the line between the two Ferraris. The Hubba. Oh, Lord. That could have been terrible. They'll head down towards the Senna S side by side. Inside line for the Hub Auto car of RWB Marco. Kobayashi trying to carry it around the outside. And it might have worked out, actually. Ending up with Marco with a spin after contact. Might end up before the stewards. You never know. But I'm not sure. It looked like he gave enough room. And just at the end of the day, they came together and boom.
In 2021, man, truck, and bus had a revenue of 10.9 billion euros. They're doing quite well. Looks like they don't make anything below 3 tons. Ooh, well, oh, this is a little wiggly. Why are they so wiggly going through the fucking straight?
I think it's. I think we're just getting not great netcode. Which, by the way, there we are. Josiah Jerome up into 3rd place. Javier Vega still on the tail of Steve Davidson. Still on the tail of Scott Nick. These three are going to be battling. Probably.
Nope. I think it looks like it's. I think I got to slow down on my end.
Martin Edmonds trying to get back up at the 3rd place, having lost it to Josiah Jerome. I'm just curious. Jeremy Reeder is shown as having 100% damage. Just trying to look at his car and see if I can. It does look like he's dented the front end in a bit. But at the same time, he's putting up decent lap times, so can't be that bad. Bertrand Barrier on the tail of Ariel Zatoni. Battle of the same livery. Both the 99 green and white Audi, which I believe is the Mike Rockefeller car.
And tastes like peppermint.
It does look like it would. Oh, Andrew D is out.
No.
RWB Marco also parked it. That was after the contact with Kobayashi.
I find this to be disappointing.
So we're down to 21 cars still running. Steve Davidson on the attack against Scott Nick. Javier Vega in close proximity. Scott Nick's had a pretty good day. He started on the second-to-back row and has found his way up into 15th place. He's up 8 spots from where he qualified. Very nice.
Especially since he's from
Butler on the tail of RWB Rigel now. Max Haas must have had something happen to him because he was in front of Rigel. He's now behind him. He's that yellow car that came around the corner there in the rear. So I wonder what was up with that. And Bertrand Barrier has made the overtake of Ariel Zatoni. And it's for 12th place.
Ariel Zatoni, the noted mysterious Italian man.
Mm-hmm. You're blowing up his spot, Byron. He's clearly Argentinian.
Clearly.
His family has no relations to the Italians.
He's from extreme southern Sicily.
Matt L and Benji Davis are also shaping up for a fight over the last spot in the top 10. Oh, big moment there for Steve Davidson. And a bit of another one there. Steve Dave's a little bit loose right now, and he's going to lose that 16th place to Javier Vega. Speaking of this, we'll check in on the Matt Al versus Benji Davis. Top 10 on the line here between these two.
I find it unsurprising that the angry guy chose the red car.
Ferrari Pennzoil machine. Setting up to try and go around the outside. We've seen it done. It can be done.
2 trailer park girls.
And no, Benji Davis stays ahead. This is probably the best battle going on. Although Steve Dave, Javier Vega, and Scott Nick still very, 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 very close. We'll probably pick in that a little bit. And James Butler on the tail of RWB Rigel. That's up there for 6th spot. And they really don't have a decent cockpit cam on these cars. That's a little bit disappointing.
I demand ass cam.
We got that, and then we got that.
No ass cam?
No, well, I mean, kind of.
Yeah,
There's your ass
there
cam.
you go. That guy got left behind. What a schlub.
Matt Al looking for the inside move here into the Senna S's. Learned his lesson from last time, I think, a little bit. Doesn't have anything. Javier Vega on Scott Nick.
Mike, when are we going to have a Bentley Continental racing
Down
series?
the inside. Vega's got it. And that was a very optimistic move behind them against Steve Davidson by, I think that was a lapping car, actually. I got excited a little bit over nothing there. Still very cool. Meantime, Matt Al has gotten ahead of Benji Davis, but I think Benji's going to get that spot back. Bertrand Barrier is the green and white car in behind them, as well as the other green and white car of Ariel Zatoni. They're both coming for it. And both do feel like they're faster drivers. This is probably why Matt Al has felt like the pressure is on to get past Benji Davis here, because he's going to be his roadblock. You might have heard me drop a water bottle on the floor.
I heard half of your house collapse.
Oh, well, that's a bit much.
Atrocious.
That's a bit much.
My delicate eardrums will never recover. Okay, I'm over it now.
James Butler on the attack against RWB Rigel as well. Matt Al's got it. Maybe.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Benji Davis. Hanging on.
Don't scratch that too much. It'll never heal.
In the meantime, there is Barrier. Do not give Barrier an inch. He will take a mile.
Nudge.
And Matt Al down the inside. 3 wide. Ariel Zatoni coming through. Ariel Zatoni gets them both. Beautiful work. Benji Davis goes from 10th place to 13th place in one corner. What heartbreak. James Butler on the tail of RWB Rigel. Sixth place on the line. Steve Davidson getting really close to Scott Nick here as well. So that fight is on. Oh, Jeremy Reeder off the track.
Obviously could not read the signs.
Could not read the signs.
Sign.
I was gonna go in there.
Hitting on the gas pedal, braking off the line.
It's one of my favorites. It's one of my cousin's favorite songs. So every time I'm over there.
Song.
That and Patio Lanterns.
I fucking hate that song. So janky and off time and dumb and lame and simple. And I just don't like it at all.
Oh, Ken Scott off the track. Looks like he's just getting a pit stop. Maybe messed up his fuel calculations. In the meantime, the 99 cars are going side by side. Ariel Zatoni hanging on against Bertrand Barrier.
ESR-race.org.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to go buy all the merch.
Mm-hmm.
Which we don't have, I don't think.
We had a little bit of merch for a bit. I have a hat.
More merch. All the merch. What's wrong with people? We want official racing jackets for $7,000.
I want decals for my rig.
Genuine koala leather hats.
No.
I need... Ooh, that's a big-ass trophy.
On board with James Butler in the Luca Di Grassi Abt Schaeffler Audi. I would like to show you some action at the front of the pack with Tobias Thierol, but that gap just keeps growing and it's up to almost 12 seconds. Tobias Thierol is channeling his inner Mike Stoppmill. By the way, if you've not checked out the Mike Stoppmill interview on the ESR Racers Corner from a long time ago, you owe yourself a listen.
They canceled the series because they threatened to interview me.
Honestly, the series is on hiatus because no one volunteers to be interviewed, except for you.
That's true. That would be funny.
If you would like to join the ESR Racers Corner series, which has interviewed Matt Hicks, Mike Stoppmill, and trying to remember who else. There's other Murray Iwanchuk. Who's on?
I ain't seen him in a coon's age.
That's true.
He did.
Not as far as I know. I also had Travis Walls.
Where the fuck is Wallace?
I want to say maybe Javier. Maybe I convinced Javier. Oh, and of course, the leader of the other commentary team, Cole McCrae.
Too slow.
And Mr. C.
Si, senor. Senor C.
Mr. C was actually the first episode of the ESR Racers Corner. He was one of the people who came up with the idea. At one point, he was my co-host.
And then he fled all over the country.
Nah, it's more that he's a long-haul trucker. So
that was what I said.
It became somewhat impractical, unfortunately.
He fled all over the country.
Fred Ross off the track. Trying to find a safe spot to rejoin. There he is. Drops him a couple of spots. James Butler wants that 6th place from RWB Rigel. Josiah Jerome did get ahead of Martin Edmonds, and it looked like Martin was going to fight back for a bit. Now they're about 2 seconds apart as Ken Scott has a slight moment there. Trying to stay out of the way of the battle for 6th place. Oh my lord. It is very close together here. Between Matt Al, Ariel Zatoni, and Bertrand Barrier. That's a lapped car ahead of them, I believe, in the car guy car. At a guess, Mauricio Delgado? But he's got a... well, hang on. We'll find out.
I have no idea.
It is Mauricio. There you go. Butler on the attack against RWB Rigel. Not going to get anything there, I don't think.
Why not?
Barrier did take Zatoni there for 11th place.
Sorry if my vocals are muffled. I've been joined by the Goose.
Hey, Goose.
He was purring. I don't know if the mic can pick that up.
It is not.
Fair enough. Hey, buddy. What's going on? You want to watch the races?
Javier Vega looking for a move here into the Senna S's against Jeremy Reeder, and someone putting up a heck of a little smoke screen there up ahead of them. Oh, I think we just saw Law. Oh, wait. That was checkered flag. Right. We're at the end of the race.
End of the race? That doesn't sound legal.
Tobias Thierolf is your winner. Alchandre and Josiah Jerome will join him on the podium. Martin Edmonds and Rene Ermer round off the top 5. RWB Rigel is going to hold off Butler to the line, I think, pretty easily. Max Haas in 8th place. Magic Kazchuk in 9th. Matt Al looks like he's going to hang on to 10th place there against Barrier. That's Mauricio up ahead of them. And in behind them, that is Ariel Zatoni. I think everyone else is done. Oh, Benji Davis is still has yet to finish.
Oh, big trophy.
To the line.
To the window.
And Bertrand will not be getting himself a top 10 here today, despite having started in 3rd place. Rough times. There's your final results. Tobias Thierolf, Alfonso Alexandre, Josiah Jerome, Martin Edmonds, Rene Ermer, RWB Rigel, James Butler, Max Haas, Magic Kazchuk, Matt Al, Bertrand Barrier, Ariel Zatoni, Benji Davis. Benji Davis, by the way, gave us a lot of good action today, so tip of the hat to him. I've not done a commentary on you before, sir, but you lived up to it. You lived up to well, no real reputation, but it was enjoyable. Jeremy Reeder, Javier Vega, and it wasn't even like in a Romy Bartz kind of way. Javier Vega, Scott Nix, Steve Davidson, Fred Ross, Mauricio Delgado, Jeff Ecott, Fumihiro Kobayashi, and Ken Scott, your finishers. Good work.
They're gonna open up a whole event center about that guy and call it the Ecott Center.
Maybe. Do you have any final thoughts on what you saw there, Brian?
It was the worst.
Well, I dig up the schedule for the upcoming.
The worst I've ever seen. Looking forward to more.
That's good to know.
Next
So
week,
up
we're
next
having
on the
stadium
series,
trips.
we'll be back on May 13th. That'll be at Imola. I suspect we'll be live on the RWB race channel for that one. I have suggested that we rotate ESR versus RWB for the live because it'll improve the performance of the recording PCs. But we'll see. But that'll be a 60-minute race. Then it's Twin Ring Motegi, Donington Park for a sprint round. We got Zhejiang on the calendar, Byron. You're gonna like that track.
Oh, is that like Yudong?
It's not like Yudong, but it is good. IMS Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Nogaro. I've not seen that track, so that'll be interesting. And Byron, the final. They were thinking about you, Byron. They were thinking about you with this final. Because round 8, the finale, August 5th, we're going down under, Byron. We're going to the land of wallabies and kangaroos. It's Bathurst time.
Oh my goodness. Reverse Bathurst, uphill, snake section. Possibly not reverse. Are we're still doing it live?
I'm just about to end the live. Just about to end.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I'm signing off.
Go away, people.
Go away and come back. There you go.